Mwangi. In today's video, I intend to handle a very debatable topic which most people who are in business normally overlook. It is very much related to customer care, but it's easily overlooked. And the topic is, how do you handle a difficult customer that feels grossly mishandled, aggrieved, and who brings up a complaint that his expectations have not been met. A good scenario is a customer calls you, calls the customer care department, and he makes a complaint that his parcel, which was supposed to be delivered on a particular day, has not arrived. And he goes ahead and brings up threats that I will never do business with your with your company because you've fallen short of my expectations. So which are the do's and the don'ts? I'm one person who believes that the customer is always right, and you should be able to make a conclusion that a customer is wrong only to yourself, not to the customer. So if a customer comes up and brings up a complaint, my first advice is that listen to the customer. Give attention to the customer, and once you do that, a customer feels appreciated and listened to, and you've already first solved the part of the problem. The customer feels listened to. Most of us really fail on that because we think like we have a valuable time. We're not supposed to waste it on listening to a customer. We feel that we have a lot of responsibility to do for that day. We feel like the customer is unfair. We feel like we have a lot of responsibilities. Probably even that morning, you're feeling stressed by the amount of work that you have to do. I would want to tell you, it's very costly gaining a new customer. It is cheaper maintaining the customer that you already have. So, in all wisdom, you'd rather retain the customer that you already have, because getting a new one will cost you. Maintaining the one that you already have is already cheaper. So the first point is listen to customer, give attention to the customer, show empathy, look at the issue at hand from the perspective of a customer. If the person didn't arrive in time and the customer needed it, of course he has all the reasons to feel aggrieved, all the reasons to feel like you were unfair. So number two, after you've already listened to the customer, the next thing that you do is give an assurance to the customer that this issue that you brought up is going to be addressed comprehensively. You're going to do the investigations and you're going to come up with a solution. So that is number two, the assurance that you're going to address the issue. Do not tell the customer that our company does not do that. Do not deny the existence of the problem. Do not put off the customer. Do not tell the customer, I'll call later. Number three, after you have already said and expressed the assurance that you're going to look at the problem, then tell the customer how much time are you going to require that I address this. So in other words, you're trying to tell the customer, I want to look at it in as an urgent issue. I want to look at it like I want this time to be given a second chance to address the problem. So you tell the customer, please, can I know how much would you want me? How much time do you want me to take to address this issue? If the customer is non-committal, you have now a chance to make your promise, to make your pledge, to give a realistic timeline within which you expect. So if it costs 2 days to have the parcels delivered, then you tell the customer this parcel will have been delivered to your door place or to your specific place that is of your request within 2 days. So you make a second commitment. The other bad thing, now you've already made the commitment, you're still engaging the customer, is to ask the customer, do you have any other queries, not necessarily related to this, that you would wish to have me address? Now what you're doing this, you're extending an olive branch to the customer, showing to the customer that not am I ready to handle this, any other issue that could be pending, I'm also still ready to handle it along with this. So in other words, what you are doing, you're putting an importance to the customer. The customer feels appreciated. So even if he or she was very angry with you, is likely to cool down, and you've given him a chance also to have the other issues addressed. If the customer says, I don't have another one, that's the only issue I have, then you apologize. That is number 4. You give an apology, an official apology. That I'm sincerely sorry because this happened. It's not a company policy. We really wouldn't have wanted that to happen to you. But because it has happened, we are sincerely regretful and we are sincerely sorry, and it's not going to happen. And you thank the customer. And probably you even wish him a good day. And probably you even give him your contact, probably if possible even your telephone number, and you tell him, in case you remember anything, in case anything arises, you can contact me on this number, and I'm going to only contact me on this email. I will automatically make a priority of addressing your issue. The last point, and I think this is number 5, is you've read that now with the customer, you must go to work. You must save the picture or the impression the customer had about you and prove to the customer that really this was not intentional. And that can only be possible if you address the issue and address it comprehensively. So if it was a parcel that probably was sent to the wrong address, then probably you have to take the effort, pick the parcel and get it delivered within the timeline of the 2 days that you had promised. If it was probably didn't have correct address, you must address that. Once the customer sees that you have really addressed his or her issue, then he easily forgives you, and tomorrow he still sticks with you. And I would really say, in case you fall short, like the 2 days you have said you would have had, and you realize you can't beat the deadline, the correct thing to do is call the customer and tell the customer, because of this and this and this, we are really sorry. We had made a pledge, but because of unforeseen circumstances, that is not possible within the time frame. But this should not happen after the 2 days. You should preempt. Talk to the customer. Sometimes some companies make a policy of even writing an official policy, written email with a reference indicating that we take seriously your feedback about our failures. And that way now the customer sees that you are putting an importance and you value him. And once you feel valued, a customer will always stick with you. So those are my 5 points that they're not exhaustive, that I would recommend. They're not exhaustive, but I would recommend to use it in addressing a customer grievances. But one thing before I leave, if you realize that the customer was wrong, then again, it is important to make a written comment indicating that there was a misunderstanding and this is a true picture. But again, finalize the comment by saying you understand this normally does happen. So the customer doesn't feel like even if it was wrong, you should still feel appreciated if it was wrong, but you have put things straight. I would want you, before you quit the video, please, if you like whatever the discussion I've done, put a like on the video. Please also subscribe to our feed so that in future you do not miss more tips about businesses, so that we are able to grow together and we're able to learn together. Otherwise, God bless you and have a great week.